next exercise we're going to do is going to be on all fours. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is, although you can see Hannah's in all fours, I'm going to ask Hannah to place her bottom onto her heels, and we're just going to take a nice stretch, a shell stretch. So we're just going to place the bottom on the heels, and just imagine that your back's spreading out along your feet. Now, if you've had a hip replacement, you may find this a little bit difficult. So the best stretch for you is to actually just sit on your bottom and come forward, like that. Okay, so keep that stretch, keep into your shell stretch. Really pull back, get a really nice stretch here. And then what I want Hannah to do is bring her hands close to her knees. She's going to tilt her pelvis, and she's just going to come out of this stretch one vertebrae at a time. And then she's going to go into her all fours. Okay, so she's going to place her wrists, elbows and shoulders are all going to be in line. Her knees are going to be underneath her hips, and she's got a nice neutral spine. Now it's really important that the head's not hanging down in between her arms, like that's really bad. We need it up and nice and level, so she's looking at the mat. What I'm going to ask Hannah to do here is just do a little pelvic tilt, pelvic rock, so this part doesn't move, so she comes down. Now this one might be a little bit more difficult, she might want to round through her back. That's it. So keeping this still and then just rock. Okay, and then bringing it back to neutral. Now it's really important that you keep a connection through the abs, and we've not got our belly hanging under here like an udder. Okay, so we've got a really good connection, shoulders are relaxed. What I'm going to ask Anna to do is just lift one hand and then the other. She's going into a cat pedal. So we keep nice and square here, and she just lifts one hand, places it down, and then lifts the other. And she's going to continue to do that, alternate hands in her own time. And what I'm looking for is that there's no rocking here and very little through the shoulders. Now just being on all fours, you're working all sorts of muscles. You're working the muscles underneath here, and you're working on shoulder stability. Okay, Hannah's going to finish with that hand nearest me. And then she's going to keep both hands on the floor and do the same with her knees. Now this is going to be a little bit more difficult, so she's going to lift one knee off the floor, the full knee and the foot, and then the other one. She had trouble with that. And then the other one, that's it, and then again. So it's just a small lift. I don't want it firing off cross into the air. It's just a small lift. You've really got to contract through your abs for this. Yes or no? It's quite difficult, that one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, and keep going. Try not to, see we've got a little bit of a wobble on here. Hannah's finding this quite difficult, which is fine. It's meant to be. Just this leg, and then we'll let you have a break. Okay. Now being in this position can be quite tough on the wrists. So I'm going to ask Hannah to pop her bottom back on her heels and just shake them wrists out. She's not allowed to stretch. I'm going to let her stretch. Okay, and then she can take a stretch again. Okay, and then she's going to come forward. And we're just going to do those two exercises again. She's going to get herself back into neutral. She's going to start to lift her hands one at a time. She's just going to do it once more on each hand. And then she's going to do the knees. Just two on each leg. So we'll lift up one knee. And then place it down and lift the other one. And then we do it again. Place it down and lift the other one. Connection through the abs. The crown of the head towards the opposite wall. She's going to add in the opposite arm. So she's going to lift one hand and the opposite knee. Way. And place it down and then do the other. Connection through the abs. Way. No rocking. This is quite difficult, especially when you get the giggles. Okay. Okay, and then the other side. That's it. Well done. She got it in the end. And then we're going to place the bottom back on the heels and take that nice stretch.